MSNBC host delivers a fiery reaction to Vice President Kamala Harris's recent setbacks as former President Trump's support rises sharply. This intense segment explores the shifting political landscape.
And people say, what's at stake in this election? Okay, the Constitution's at stake. The whole idea of I don't know, what do you call it, a constitutional republic, or, you know, whatever highbrow people call it. The idea that we live under a set of laws is literally at risk, and he's telling you that. And people want to know about weakness among males of color. Okay, you're going to arrest all of it. You don't think you have a stake in this election? Guess what? You're not going to do very well. I'm not going to do well. You're not going to do well.
What the hell is he talking about?
When the paddy wagon comes, you and I are going to be in the back of it bouncing around. And it's not going to be very much fun. And they will tell you, the judge said, I'm sorry, Mr. Melville, I'm sorry, Mr. Colville. Mr. Trump said he was going to get rid of the Constitution. I have no choice but to enforce the democratic norms of this country. Maybe that'll happen. It's not far-fetched.
As important as Trump's fascism is, and is the lead story every day, his cozying up to dictators, his obsession with Hitler that has now come out, what he has said about our veterans, and what he wants to do with the military against his political adversaries, it's all huge news. This is the future that we're looking at in the next Trump term, if there is one. But this is what voters know right now, that he is killing us. I'm talking about us women. He's killing us. He is putting us at risk. He is making us afraid to have babies. He is putting our reproductive because of this. So we can see right now what's coming. These headlines, and very good reporting, by the way, that shouldn't be questioned by idiots about what Trump has said about Hitler. That's incredibly important to know. But I do understand that people who are busy and that are people who are just tapping in may not be able to comprehend because we've been free. We've been comfortable. We cannot comprehend that. And I understand that. I validate that it is hard to go from here to there. It is where we're going. I hope we don't find out the hard way. But what's happening with women right now is real, and it is playing out across America.
Construction of a southern border wall continue in your administration?
I will tell you that my highest priority is to put the resources into ensuring that our border is secure, which is why I've been very clear. I'm going to bring back up, as president, that bipartisan border security bill and make sure that it is brought to my desk so I can sign it into law. The biggest issue that we have right now is that Donald Trump has stood in the way of what would have been a proven part of the solution to the bigger problem, which is that we have a broken immigration system in America and we need to fix it. And we have the tools at hand, but we have on the other side of this election, Donald Trump.
I don't say this lightly because I didn't, in my 60 damn years, I didn't think I'd ever see a candidate for president praising Adolf Hitler's generals or talking about using the military against their enemies. I mean, it's pretty stunning. And I said, look, I recognize I'm on the top of his list, but don't kid yourself. You're somewhere on that list, too, if you disagree with these people. That's who they are.
It's unbelievable that she gets on television, calls him a fascist. He already was the president. We had, before COVID, we had 3% growth, 3% wage growth and GDP growth, inflation below 2%. He wasn't a fascist. He hired the wrong people. We agree. And now he has disgruntled former employees, right? All these people got fired. Who got fired in the Biden administration? You want to have a fun thought? When we pulled out of Afghanistan, was it really stupid and a mistake? Like, we left $80 billion worth of stuff behind. Was it a mistake? It wasn't. If you think about it, if I get you to quickly move out of your house and leave everything behind, when you get to your new house, what's the first thing you have to buy? A whole bunch of new furniture. So if I leave $80 billion worth of equipment behind, what's the first thing the military-industrial complex is going to do? Buy more stuff. So who hates Donald Trump, who hates war? Dick Cheney. Of course, Dick Cheney. What's Dick Cheney's legacy? Let's go take out Iraq, which Donald Trump says is the dumbest thing that's ever happened in recent military exercise. Why? Iraq and Iran, they kill each other for what? Thousands of years? We take out Iraq and we free Iran to try to take on the West.